Good morning, everyone. I'm Ahmad, a business development manager and go-to-market owner of Quality Fusion here at Prolifics Testing. For those of you who haven't come across us, we're a specialist test automation company working with the likes of Lloyds Banking Group, Deloitte, McKesson, VMware, amongst many others. I'd like to welcome you to this webinar on our journey to 360 test automation and how one AI platform can bring together functional, performance and security testing. Now I'm going to talk you through our test automation journey from the original automation frameworks through to developing accelerators to support test lifecycle automation, to our new AI-driven containerized test automation platform with inbuilt self-healing scripts. And best of all, it's based all on open source components and is completely free. So if you're interested in having it all and bringing together your strategy for web, desktop, mobile and API test automation for both functional and non-functional testing, then please do stay tuned. Just in terms of housekeeping, please do use the chat facility to ask any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them all at the end of the session. So, in terms of the agenda for this morning, I'm going to cover how we began our 360 test automation journey with automation frameworks, our accelerators to automate the entire test lifecycle. So that's looking at automated test design, data, execution and validation. And then move on to talking about the future and intelligent automation with our new Quality Fusion platform. And then finally move on to talk about how automation never stands still. So what next for our Quality Fusion platform? And then I'll finish off by answering any questions that are put forwards. So to begin, our journey to 360 test automation began a decade ago when we started looking at automation frameworks to overcome the challenges with record and playback, with scripts that kept breaking and the huge effort it took to maintain them. We developed our GAP framework, which was a hybrid modular, keyword and data-driven framework. It used reusable components, which could reduce scripting time and effort. It was data-driven, so tests could be used with different data sets from Excel or external databases. It also used page object model, so changes only had to be made in one place and would be updated automatically throughout the pack, thereby reducing maintenance. And we also developed ready-made frameworks for both Selenium and UFT, and also a reusable library of functions for SAP, Workday, Oracle EBS, Salesforce, and MuleSoft, which enabled us to do day one automation, which was something quite special and different in the marketplace. Our consultants could start creating automated test scripts around any of those applications on the very first day of a client engagement. And all of this helped us to fast-track test automation, but ultimately it had the drawback that all automation frameworks have, that it required automation engineers with descriptive programming skills to use and maintain frameworks. At Prolifics Testing, we believe in innovation, not for its own sake, but to help our clients to test smarter, faster, and at less cost. So our innovation center set about developing accelerators that would go beyond automated regression testing and automate the entire test lifecycle. We introduced automation in the areas that had been the traditional realm of manual testing, such as creating manual test cases and manually having to create and refresh test data. We took away the need for having in-depth coding skills by introducing totally code-free test automation, which had all the simplicity of record and playback with none of the associated problems. We even took some of the complexity and costs away from non-functional testing areas too. And we did this by using clever concepts such as machine learning, predictive analytics, data mining, and containerization. And in terms of our test lifecycle accelerators, I'll walk you through it, beginning with BA360. which enables automated manual test case generation through machine learning and predictive analytics. The way it works is users can simply plug in BA360 into their application, and it will automatically go through the application, learning its business logic and data flows. And then users can simply enter in certain parameters around test scope, and it will auto-generate manual test cases based on whether you choose to use exploratory testing, boundary value analysis, or equivalence classes, etc. It can also cleverly link into your defects database to perform predictive analytics. It will use machine learning algorithms to analyze historic defects, their severities, and the objects attributed to them, so that when changes are made to the system, it can automatically understand which objects will be affected and predict areas of highest risk and what should be tested, allowing organizations to focus test effort more intelligently and test smarter. Now, we've actually got a great use case for BA360 at VMware, one of our long-standing clients. The background was they were actually implementing Oracle e-business, and they needed to undertake manual testing of the new system, but didn't have access to any Oracle EBS subject matter experts. So we used BA360, and our tool was able to generate 1,500 manual test cases in just 4 man days. Now, this would have taken VMware 187 days to do manually. We were able to deliver 97% cost savings on that one project, deliver test coverage of 99%, and ultimately 0 defects in production. Next, we have our data mining engine, and that enables automated test data extraction and management. The way it works is once test data criteria has been entered, it can be used to mine for test data automatically. Now, it can take a cut of production data or data from any other source. It can be used alongside any internal data strategies for data masking or synthetic data. It eliminates the need for manual test data creation and maintenance. And typically when we use our data mining engine compared to doing it manually, we can deliver anywhere up to 75% reduction in effort. Next, we have Effector, which is our test automation accelerator that enables totally code-free and script-free automation using Selenium for web, UFT for non-web, and Appium for mobile test automation. Now, Effector was designed to enable non-automation engineers to create automated tests. So it works by users recording end-to-end scenarios using the recording feature in Selenium or UFT. Effector will then go into the object repository and extract the metadata and use it to auto-generate a set of reusable test steps in plain English text. It will separate the test data from the script, so there are no issues around hard-coded data, and then users can start reusing each test step to create subsequent test cases. And tests, they can be data-driven through using external data sets or through its integration to our data mining engine to ensure tests never fail due to out-of-date test data by automatically extracting it at runtime. Effector not only speeds up test script creation, but it also makes maintaining automated test packs easy too. Our Grabber utility was designed where it can be run after any changes are made to an application. It will automatically identify which objects have changed and the test scripts associated with them. Therefore, users do not need to have in-depth knowledge of the application, what changes have been made, and its regression implications. The Grabber utility will be able to identify all of those changes for them. And also it uses page object model. So users can update a test step once and it will get updated everywhere throughout the pack. And with, as with all of our accelerators, they integrate into Jenkins to support an organization's CI, CD, and DevOps processes as well. And with Effector, we can deliver anywhere up to 80% savings in terms of effort when we look at creating tests out of the box for Selenium or for UFT. And actually, we have a great use case for our test lifecycle accelerators at McKesson. They have a large SAP installation, and they required a cost-effective alternative to manually testing the frequent changes made to their SAP system, which totaled around 40 changes every 3 months. So we implemented test lifecycle automation using Effector for test automation, our data mining engine alongside our automated validation engine. And what we were able to do was rapidly create 1,700 automated regression test scripts. We went further and were able to automate 40 business processes to further reduce manual effort. We also implemented our data mining engine to automate test data creation, and we implemented our automated validation engine to automate that data validation of sales orders against original data. And in total, we were able to deliver McKesson $2.2 million worth of savings from their SAP test and validation costs. And in terms of non-functional testing, we have our Performance Test Accelerator, which was designed to reduce the effort required at all stages of performance testing through automated script enhancers and filters to reduce the scripting efforts, automated test data creation through our data mining engine, as well as using scripts as well. We're also able to use agentless monitoring to remove the reliance on infrastructure teams to collect metrics. And within our accelerator, it provides automated report generation. We've created ready-made frameworks, both around JMeter for web applications, as well as LoadRunner for non-web applications. And we've gone further and integrated that also with Jenkins to undertake performance engineering, to shift left and identify any performance issues early in the development process. And also, we've integrated our accelerator with Docker for containerization, which reduced the need for hardware required for performance testing and also makes cloud-based performance testing possible with a click of a button. And typically using our performance test accelerator rather than JMeter or LoadRunner out the box, we can deliver anywhere up to 40% savings in terms of effort. And finally, we have our security test accelerator. And that enables automated application scanning to detect for OWASP top 10 security threats, such as SQL injections, broken authentication, and cross-site scripting. And the way it works is users simply enter a URL and it will automatically scan the application and identify any security vulnerabilities and produce a report which will identify remediation steps. And it can be run after every build as part of your DevSecOps process to shift left and identify security vulnerabilities early on in the lifecycle. Now, our test lifecycle automation accelerators have been used successfully at many organizations, but over the last year or so, we wanted to look forward and develop a new platform that will take the latest concepts in test automation, such as AI and machine learning, and bring it all together in one platform for true 360 test automation. And what we've come up with is Quality Fusion, which is a cloud-based platform that uses open source components and with embedded AI capabilities to automate test design, data, execution, and analytics. It supports automation across the board for web, mobile, desktop, and API automation. And I feel like the philosophy behind Quality Fusion was to help organizations achieve faster, more frequent delivery whilst maintaining quality. Also, that it was built on open source components, so there were no license fees, subscription, or maintenance costs. And also to make it inclusive, so anyone within an organization can use it, whether it's business users using it with its code-free automation capabilities, automation engineers utilizing its ready-made automation frameworks for both Java or C#, or dev testers using it through its support of IDEs. So in terms of Quality Fusion, it uses Selenium for web automation, Winium for desktop, Appium for mobile, and Rest Assured for API test automation. It integrates into your CI/CD pipeline to support shift-left testing and DevOps through its ready-made integrations into Jenkins and Azure DevOps. It's a fully containerized platform, so users can easily spin up Quality Fusion. They can also provision environments and undertake parallel test execution through its support of both Docker and OpenShift. We've also implemented Google's TensorFlow AI engine for improved analytics to help organizations to focus test effort more intelligently. And we've also reduced test pack maintenance through implementing self-healing scripts. And in essence, what that means is if objects change on a page, then they can be automatically updated in scripts without any manual intervention. And finally, we've built it on open APIs so that organizations can simply plug and play their existing tool sets. But for true 360 test automation capabilities, we're currently looking at integrating our non-functional testing capabilities into Quality Fusion. This will enable us to integrate our ready-made frameworks around JMeter and Locust for performance testing and utilize OWASP ZAP for automated security testing. And the way Quality Fusion is designed is to integrate seamlessly into your CI/CD pipeline. The actual framework code resides and sits in Git, and each time there's a new build created, Jenkins will automatically trigger off the test. It will automatically spin up a container, which will execute a set of tests using Selenium or Winium to see if there are any functional defects that have been introduced, a set of JMeter or Locust tests to understand if any performance defects have been introduced or any performance degradation has been introduced since the last build, and also OWASP ZAP to see if any security vulnerabilities have been introduced since the latest build. It will automatically fire off test results that will be stored in a central database for test audit purposes and push out results in a test summary dashboard to all relevant stakeholders. So everyone within the organization will be able to see the status of each build from a functional, performance, and security perspective with no manual intervention whatsoever. So for everyone here at Prolifix Testing, 360 test automation means a number of different things. Firstly, having an open automation platform. And by that, what we mean is open in the sense that anyone can use it, whether it's business users, developers, or automation engineers. Open in the sense of using open source components. So users aren't restricted on what features they use due to license costs. And finally, open in the sense of having open APIs, so users can easily plug and play their existing tool sets. Also, within Prolifix Testing, we believe for 360 automation, a platform should be tailored to your needs. So unlike enterprise test automation software, our Quality Fusion platform can be fully tailored to our clients' existing working practices, processes, and tools as well. It should promote shift-left testing for functional, performance, and security testing, finding defects early in the life cycle where they're easier and less costly to fix. It should also be designed to integrate seamlessly into an organization's CI/CD and DevOps processes to make sure that they're fully supported. And finally, it should have the flexibility to be run on the cloud, hybrid cloud, or indeed on-prem. And it's these principles around 360 test automation that we here at Prolifix Testing have used to develop Quality Fusion. At Prolifix Testing, we're strong believers in constantly innovating. So we're looking at a number of new areas where we want to develop our Quality Fusion platform. Firstly, we want to extend the number of pre-built integrations to help our clients integrate their existing tool sets more easily. So we will be adding to the current Jira integration to include other Atlassian products, such as X-Ray for test management and Confluence 2. For our IB and Red Hat users, Quality Fusion's current support for OpenShift containers will also extend to include Ansible for environment provisioning going forwards. We'll also look at extending our CI/CD support, which currently we use Jenkins, to also include Tekton pipelines, as we're seeing a lot of take-up in this area, particularly in regards to cloud-native development. And we're very excited at the moment, and we've currently got a sprint going to add test data management capabilities to Quality Fusion, to enable test data to be automatically masked and obfuscated to overcome data privacy regulations such as GDPR. And also, we're currently considering the possibility of including service virtualization capabilities to enable organizations to shift left for functional, integration, and performance testing when applications or services aren't available. There are so many exciting new initiatives going on in test automation and indeed testing as a whole at the moment. And we at Prolifix Testing are lucky enough to be working with some great customers who are really looking to push the boundaries in partnership with us. So if you're interested in any of the areas we've gone through and would like to have a chat on what we've done, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I hope you've enjoyed our brief journey through 360 test automation. But before I finish off, I'll just check to see if there are any questions from the audience.